China.
So led out by the left-hander Zhang, the Olympic champion.
And Gayatri Gopichan Pullela, India.
Last year's semi-finalists, Teresa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichan Pullela. Well, it's no wonder these two have made a good partnership, the two Chinese players, because between them they've been in 3 finals here at the Singapore Open. This is just the second meeting between these two pairs. The first was in the second round of the Malaysian Super 1000, the first of the HSBC BWF World Tour events this year. 3 games it was in Kuala Lumpur, an hour and 22 minutes. And if we have a match half as good as we had in Malaysia, we're in for a real treat. This is the Olympic champion, Jia Yifan, going obviously for a 3rd consecutive title here at the Singapore Open. Won the last 2 years with her Olympic gold medal winning partner, Chen Qingcheng. 27 years of age, 170, is about 5'7", and they went up 4 places on the world ranking 2 days ago to their career high as a combination of number 11. So former world number 1 with a former world number 2, Zhang in her 4th consecutive Singapore Open. 3 years ago she lost in the final with Zheng to Rahayu and Aramadanti. Well, they had Scottish opposition in the first round, McPherson and Torrance, and that lasted just 32 minutes. So to Teresa Jolly, and I'd like to wish her a belated happy birthday. 2 days ago she turned 22. Tall athlete, 5'9.5" now. I've got her at 176. I think she's probably a little bit taller than 164, but we'll check that out for you. From Kerala, in the south of India. Gayatri Gopichan Pullela is 22 years of age, from Hyderabad, a daughter of 2 very famous badminton players, Lakshmi and Gopichand. And they're just 1 place down from their career high ranking of 9. At their first round against Zhang and Yang from Chinese Taipei, they needed 3 games.
Ready
there.
to play.
Our umpire for this one is Mohammed Salman from Malaysia and Emi Sakamoto from Japan, the service judge.
5-8.
There is Father Pullela Gopichan on the right as we're looking at them. And Sumeet Reddy, the other coach on the Indian bench.
6-8.
Tao Xiaoming, coach for the Chinese combination.
To be silver on 6. Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Jia Yifan and Zhang Suxian, China. And on my left, Tresha Jolie and Gayatri Gopichan Pullela, India. Ja Ifan to serve to Gayatri Gopichan Pullela. Love all. Play.
So the two-time defending champion, Jia Yifan, with her new partner, Zhang Xian, far side of the courts, up against Jolie and Pullela.
One love.
Let's welcome the players. Mixed doubles.
Well, the Chinese combination, obviously in good form. I was telling you that they shot up 4 places on the world ranking to number 11. They've only played 9 tournaments, so you don't get a realistic ranking until you've played 10, so already very close to the top 10 in the world with only 9 tournaments towards the world ranking. It was pretty impressive. And they were in the final last week at the Malaysian Masters, lost out to world number 1s, their teammates, Liu Shengshu and Tang Ning. Short.
Oi. He's playing with fire there.
That was much nearer to the line than I think she had intended. All's well that ends well.
One.
That's a good serve. And that's a lovely
Service
shot.
over.
Jolie
2-4.
really seemed to burst onto the world stage, this Indian combination, 3 years ago at the All England Championships, when they were promoted from the reserve list and promptly reached the semi-final. They've been in 2 All England semi-finals now and a quarter-final earlier this year.
Service over.
What makes them so special?
5.
Yeah,
2.
I think Teresa Jolie is quite powerful, and Pullela Gopichan developing a good sense of the game. She started out as a singles player, but really play deliberate, and
6-2.
and I think Jolie's got a little bit extra power, a little bit extra dangerousness in her game, and eventually they've developed a good understanding between each other.
Out.
Obviously,
Service over.
when
3.
Gopichan first switched from the singles disciplines, she needed to do a lot of work on the physical part, the defense, the attacking power.
Too high. Service over. 7.
Jolie.
3.
The shuttle must be below 115 centimetres when it's struck.
Service over. 4-7.
In a lot of situations in women's doubles, you've got to sort of accelerate the racket much quicker than in women's singles, where this lady came from. And it takes some time to get used to that.
Service over.
That's good anticipation
8-4.
from Zhang Xian. Yes, it's interesting because in some sports it's possible, and indeed in badminton it used to be possible to play singles and doubles, because the technicalities of the two disciplines weren't so different. Whereas
9,
now,
4.
the technical skills in doubles, because it's become so fast and the defence has become so efficient with short, sharp movements of the racket head and so on, it's very, very difficult to play two disciplines.
The work demands are totally different, and
10,
it's even
4.
difficult to play two doubles disciplines.
Yeah.
Still doable, but it requires a lot of sort of earlier developed skills.
That's a beauty.
Service
Super
over.
sharp from Pullela.
5, 10.
That's well
Service
left.
over. 11,
And it's a
5,
very
interval.
convincing start by Zhang Fan and Chang Shu-xian. 6-point advantage at the mid-game interval here in the opening game.
13-14.
拉高一点，然后让他去杀，如果顶在前面反就没问题。不要老是给太快了，特别是你们不舒服的时候，给太快的时候，自己防守来不及，从下往上或者平移往上，不舒服先来你。
Court 1, 20 seconds.
不舒服先拉来。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, turn to your chair.
Over 13.
11, 5. Play.
So 11-5 the advantage here in this opening game. Both pairs
16-13.
really have very
Service
good
over.
chances of progressing a
6,
long way, I think, in
11.
this tournament. So this is a huge second round encounter. The Indian combination are the seeds. They're the number 8 seeds.
Out.
Oh, that's a service error. Oh, she's challenging that.
Gayatri Govichan Pullela. Challengers call out.
It's a tough quarter.
Yeah.
Winners playing Tan and Tina, who defeated Fukushima, and Matsumoto, who won the first Super 1000 tournament of this year here. And third quarter of the draw here. 4 really, really strong pairs.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Well, that to me was a rash
1 challenge remaining. Service over. 12, 6. Play.
9-1.
Well, a little bit lucky with the neck
13,
cord on the smash there, Zhang Shu-xian, but the rotational play and every single shot in that rally, Steve, was a downward shot from the Chinese pair.
Yeah.
They earned their own luck there.
We discussed it early on in the previous women's doubles here on court 1 with Tan and Tina against Matsumoto and Fukushima, that it's become very, very attacking women's double. That's the overall game plan for pretty much every pair. That doesn't mean that
14, 6.
it's possible to score quickly. in some playing conditions, it takes longer time to sort of work your way through the opponent's defense. We've seen that on a number of occasions, but here we have playing conditions that sort of really bodes for attacking play. You've got to attack here, otherwise you're in trouble.
17-4.
That's a lovely drop. Super.
Service over.
She's got lovely doubles awareness
14.
as Teresa Jolly. Power play, then the disguised drop shot.
Service over.
She's the right arm out there, Jai Fan. Come on, come on, come on. Just managed to get themselves inside top 24 in the world ranking for the World Championship selection, Jia Yifan and Zhang Shushan, and that meant that they've qualified as the third pair from China. Had to be in top 24 to be able to field 3 pairs. And from India, it's quite interesting that the pair that played the Olympics, Tanisha Krasto and Ashwini Ponnappa, they were qualified as the second pair from India. Jolly and Gopichan qualified as the first, but they've declined. So to me, that's a sign that perhaps the playing days of Ashwini Ponnappa might be over.
And just to explain that a little bit more, the qualification for the World Championships was the end of April, wasn't it? Yeah. The world ranking published on the 29th of April, because people may have been a little confused when I was saying that
9 tournaments.
Well, the fact that Jia Yifan are number 11 on the world ranking, so that shows how much they've shot up.
Just in 1 month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were actually they were 14th on that ranking, but still only 8 tournaments, still able to get into top 24. That's
impressive.
That's good. Shows some quality.
18.
Yes, really is one-way traffic at the moment.
Missed it.
Service over. 8-18.
20. Game point 17.
Oh, just missed it.
Service over. 19.
I like the way the first 2 smashes, there's one down the forehand side, then the smash down the backhand side of Zhang Shushan.
Yeah.
I like the variation.
Yes, the
Still
challenge.
attacking the same player, slightly different placement.
One of the things in the toolbox, see how does a player react to being hit first forehand, then backhand, then back again.
That's well taken. And with it come game point opportunities.
20. Game point 8.
Only 14 minutes played. And a whole host of game point opportunities for Jia Yifan and Zhang Shushan.
Game.
Opening game,
First game
21-8.
won by Jia Yifan and Zhang 21-8.
Total dominance in that game. It's a lovely backhand from Zhang Xian. "14 minutes only."
9-14.
动作小一点。
第三拍如果跳不出去，还是会有点难准。然后我们就连过去，因为你看你分，然后那个教练他当一下，他也没发很大力，但是球很快，就平行的时候我们快出手就好。
对，就是你们要是在这个。
First time I'm seeing you keep doing. Which one? Make it 2-3 mistakes. Smash, that tap you just to keep. Those are the main ones. Just keep.
或者让他连贯，或者是对抽过程当中，他上来抽完老脚上弹的，或者是断的，让他一直在停顿弹的。
我接第三拍，我还是先走底线，接完了再说，因为他球是往前吹一点。
Got 1, 20 seconds. Got 1, 20 seconds. Coach, return to your chair.
1 left. Service over 10-17.
Second game. Love all. Play.
So they were totally dominant in the opening game, Jia Yifan and Zhang Xian. And they've started the second game the way they finished the first. Wow, what a fabulous flick serve from the Olympic champion. Yeah, got to think about the sideways drift.
2 love.
Service over 18-10.
What do you think the Indian combination needs to do here, Steve, to turn this around?
It's a difficult task. They're playing up against the drift. That means that they have a little bit of an easier task in terms of controlling their defense. But on the other hand, the attack from the Chinese is a bit more forceful.
Service over.
And they
1-3.
if they can get on the attack themselves, then they're hitting up against the drift. That makes it more difficult. It's a challenging one, especially because they've been out with injuries. Both of the two Indian players didn't play the Sudirman Cup.
2-3.
I guess, like we discussed in the first game, the playing conditions here really leaves no room for totally defensive play. So my best bet would be controlled offense and try to play from above the tape, but stay in balance all the time, so that you don't have to lift out of position, play shots out of position where it's difficult to time it. It can be both the lengthways drift, but it could certainly also be in flat exchanges where you have to take the sideways drift into account. I just
5-2.
I just think it's very, very difficult. I'm not sure that Jolly and Gopichand are at their best yet after the injury. They lost in the second round of Thailand Open to a Japanese pair in straight games. Rui Hirokama and a new partner,
Ubara, who'd come through the qualifying Japanese pair.
Did they?
They did.
Yeah. 6-2.
And I also think that Jia Yifan and Zhang Shushan, they're more settled in now as a combination. We saw after the Olympics Jia Yifan trying out, holding her own small trials for a new partner, and now there's no more trial anymore. Zhang Shushan is the selected one, so I think she's playing with more confidence and settled in on a game plan and what to do.
I couldn't agree more on that last point, Steen, because both these Chinese players were tried out with numerous different partners. I think 3 different partners after the Olympics, and you know, you've always got in the back of your mind, you want to, of course, be the one selected to play with the Olympic champion and 4-time world champion. You desperately want to be the chosen one. And sometimes that you just heap more pressure on yourself. More pressure, and you also still, if you're not chosen, you want to stand out in the other combinations that you play in and so on. So, and there's a little bit different playing style, sometimes a lot of different playing style, because I mean Jia Yifan is a left-hander, and I don't think any of the other ones that was in the split trial was left-handed. So you play a lot on the enthusiasm. Now you can develop the game a bit more.
9-2, quick one.
Struggling to follow the pace as well, Jolly and Gopichan.
4-3, 20 seconds. 4-3, 20 seconds.
Yeah, they haven't really been allowed to settle in at all. I think the Chinese pair have been so sharp from the onset of the match.
They've been over them.
Yeah.
10-2.
Which, when you're coming back from injury and a layoff, as the Indian pair are, that's the last thing you want, is your opponents to be as sharp as this Chinese combination have been today.
Play.
Oh,
Risha Jolie challenges Paul
that.
out.
I'm not surprised. I thought that may have been in.
There was some nice attack, at least, whether it's in or not. There was a couple of positive shots from the Indian combination.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 11-2, interval.
Well, this is a run of 8 straight points to get to the mid-game interval. From 3-2 to 11-2. Chinese pair are in scintillating form at the moment.
Challenges 4-8.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair.
7-0.
Jia Yifan.
3-2.
Do not fall out until the line just ends.
Well, the umpire just having a word with Zhang Yifan.
11-2.
You must wait for the line judge to actually make the call before you start celebrating or moving on, which is what she did to the kit box, believing it was 11-2. No, she was right. Yeah.
Service over. 3-11.
Do you know, I think that Zhang Shushan is playing exceptionally well.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we're all sort of drawn towards Zhang Yifan because we know that she's Olympic champion, we know what she's achieved in world terms, and so we know she's good. And anything short of that, we sort of are a bit disappointed. But I tell you what, Zhang Xuxian has played brilliantly so far.
I think Zhang Xuxian has a fantastic eye for the game. The only thing that's sort of lacking, in my opinion, is her physicality. She's not that physically strong as especially her Chinese compatriots. But
13-3.
But skills-wise and game reading-wise, I think she's brilliant. And
when you say, I mean, obviously you look at her and she's a very slender athlete.
yeah,
But you know, you don't have to be a bulky athlete to be strong. I mean, you look at some of the singles players that are very slender.
Yeah.
And, you know, so is it lack of strength in movement or lack of strength in her hitting?
it's hitting. It's the power
From the back of the court?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And there's perhaps a little bit in a technical. There was a couple of good examples on it.
Service over.
Perhaps a little bit in a technical hitting motion without going too much into it, but also some muscle strength, I think.
That lift was woefully short. So is that. That's better.
Service
Both
over.
left it for the other.
14-4.
20 seconds. Level 2, 11-8. Break. Draw 2. Draw 8.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
smash.
that was going wide.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Gayatri Pullela needn't have played that one on her forehand side. That one. Gosh, that was going well wide.
It's over. 3, draw. 9-4. Draw.
Oh, well intercepted.
Oh,
Oh,
Service over.
well, she doesn't miss many of those.
15.
Yifan. Oh, look how relaxed they are, Steen. They're laughing at each other that she missed that one.
Yeah, that's a really good sign, and also combined with the fact that they're 21-8, 15-5 up, so that means that they're not
Service
gifting
over.
points away.
16.
So they're
Five.
poised.
Service over. 6-16.
Thank you. 54. 39.
That's a nice drop.
Service over 5-50.
Yeah, stays in with the sideways drift.
Service over 17-6.
Well, of course, the Indian combination will be disappointed with their performance here, Steen, but in all honesty, I think this is possibly the best that I've seen Jia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian play together.
Yeah, I tend to agree on that, and I also think perhaps from an Indian perspective, the main thing will be to monitor how is it going with our shoulders, so that they don't have a setback in terms of injury. Because it's really a delicate thing when you have a shoulder injury. It can take really long time to truly get over it.
Service over 78.
Service over 7.
Well, she may have made an error on that, Zhang Shuxian, but for her long-term development, I like the fact that she tried to intercept it.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful block on the defence from Zhang Shuxian.
Service over 19-7.
One challenge remaining. It's over 11-14.
20. Match
32
point.
minutes into the
7.
match, and it's match point opportunities for Jia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian. The first round match was only 32 minutes.
Service over.
Yeah, I'd expected a bit more from this match, but that was perhaps putting the expectations too high, given the fact that the Indians have been out with injury. But I agree. I think they've really played solid.
9-20.
Well, that's a much better rally from Johnny and Pullela, but surely they've left it a little too late. Nice block. Yeah, this time 21-8, 21-10, the margin of the victory for the two-time defending champion Jia Yifan with her new partner Zhang Shuxian. Well, it was comprehensive in the end.
Match won by Jia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian, 21-8, 21-10.
Umpire confirming that scoreline, 21-8, 21-10. A match lasting 34 minutes. Oh, Oh, the other pairs in World Badminton need to take note of how well this Chinese pair has played today. Their confirmation of that scoreline. Xia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian through to the quarter-final, beating the Indian pair of Jolly and Pullela 21-8, 21-10. Welcome back to the Singapore Indoor Stadium. And after that women's doubles, we return to men's doubles once again, and it is the number 1 seeds Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen of Denmark up against the unseeded Xie Hao Nan and Zheng Wei Han. So both pairs consisting of a left and right-hander. This obviously the top half of the draw, considering we have the number 1 seeds, and the winner